D, wait for it, delightful.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds? So I just finished Star Trek Discovery. Episode, what is this, 10? Yeah, it's 10. And, oh gosh. All right. So this episode, nothing happened of substance. I just don't care anymore, you guys. The DMA turned out to be a dud. This grand species is going to be a big dud too. It's going to be nothing. It's a big nothing burger. And that's what really bothers me about this show. It's like this, they're trying to build up to something special, but they lose steam like halfway through their build up. And like by the time they get to it, you're just like, I don't care. I literally don't care. It's like they did the same thing with season 3. And this is exactly the same thing in this season. They built up to what the burn was like the burn. Well, I was like, this is an interesting idea. You know, it's nothing crazy, you know, new, but it's different kind of, and everything. And then in this one, they had the DMA and you're like, okay, what's going on here? Let's see what this is all about. And then they just built up. And then halfway through, you're just like, all right, well, this is going on way too long. And now it's like, I don't even care. I don't care about this NC-17 species. I don't care about this crew. I don't care if Earth and Navarre get destroyed, and Titan. I don't care if they get destroyed. And I don't care about any of this crap. And the show, this show is it's fucking garbage. I'll tell you that. That's what's going on. I liked season 1 and season 2. Maybe I need to go rewatch those to reevaluate, because maybe it's just been trash from the beginning and I didn't recognize it because I just love Star Trek so much that I just, you know, I just let it blind me to it. And yeah, I'm totally yeah. All right, yeah. I want you to know I was going to do notes for this, but halfway through doing notes, I was just like, screw it, I don't care. I was like, this is taking up way more time than it should, because I don't know, man. They only want this show for the IP. That's all that Paramount wants this show for. They're not putting out quality product. And I've already canceled my subscription, or I'm going to cancel my subscription after Star Trek Discovery. I mean, maybe I'll oh, you know, I know somebody that has one. Maybe they'll let me use their password. I don't know if I can share passwords, but other than that, I might just what is it called? Where you it's not called sliding, or you like pay for a month and then you cancel it, and then after the month, and you know, you only pay for shows that you like. I might do that with Picard, just binge it and then do a season review, because I can't do this crap anymore. It's just bad. It's just bad. All right. Before I get started on this breakdown, I just want to say that if you like what I do here and you enjoy independent content here on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my channel. YouTube is always changing up their algorithm, and small channels like mine, we always get shoved way to the back of the line. So I please ask that you like, share, and subscribe, and I thank you in advance. Sorry, I needed that to liven myself up for this, this garbage heap. Okay, so it starts off with Dr. whatever his name is. I didn't even write it down. I literally don't care. Okay, and he's talking about how NC-17 race, whatever we think we know about them, we're wrong. And I'm like, okay, yeah, what do you know about them? A big load of nothing. Like, you know that they're mining bromite. That's not wrong. Yeah, that's already a dumb statement. So they're sitting here and they're talking about how they have to amp up their first contact because of Book and oh god, what is his name? Tarka. I almost called him Trudeau. I wonder what that says. A Freudian slip. Anyways, so the woman from Earth is all like, is that what we bought these communicators or whatever? She's all stupid. I don't even know why she's there. The delegation is there, and I'm like, what are they gonna do? I'm like, what are they gonna do? Burnham is there. She's gonna fix it all. I can't handle this. I'm sorry. I'm in a bit of a bad mood because of this episode. It's just not good. And you know, I was gonna play with my kid. We were gonna play blocks and stuff, and instead I watched this episode because I'm kind of annoyed that I watched this crappy episode instead of hanging out with my son. But hey, whatever. Maybe tomorrow. Okay. So, anyways, they're sitting here. This guy is a communications expert because this guy is not going. He's not going with. He's staying behind because they have important work to do. And I'm like, okay, great. I don't care. And so the president, they're just like, yeah, we're going. Anyways, Navarre, they're going to send a delegate. The woman from Earth, I don't remember her name. Doesn't matter. Yeah, all right. Let me just get past this part. Okay, so then after that, what are they talking about? Okay, she's talking with the admiral, and they're talking about is Book gonna still be a problem? And then she's like, I don't know where Book is. I don't know what's going down. He did this, they did this, whatever. And then so she talks to the admiral. She's like, I'm going with, because they're gonna send Discovery. And she's like, I'm going with Discovery. Because so my vice president is going to be in charge. I don't know who the vice president is. Would have been nice just to get that character, see who it was. And he's all like, okay. So then he's sitting here talking to me. He's like, you did a naughty baby, did a no. You were supposed to let me handle this, and you didn't. And so he's mad at him, but he's all like, listen, we can get into the force field area outside the rim or whatever it's called. But we're going to need the antimatter technology. I don't remember, dude. The nanite technology, the matter, whatever it's called. I don't know. I don't care. Gosh, I'm so annoyed with this episode because literally nothing happened. It's so stupid. It's like they try to put on all this sciencey gobbledygook, and you're and with flashing lights, and you're just like, okay, whatever. Like it didn't, like I'm telling you right now, this First Contact is gonna be nonsense. It's gonna be straight up nonsense. All right, I don't care about these two. So he's like, I know a place where we can get this whatever that stuff is called. So they are adding that stuff to the Hall of Discovery because that's how they're going to get through. They need to get through the barrier first, and reprogrammable matter. That's what it's called. Okay, gosh, yeah. Oh man, I'm sorry. Stupid stuff like this, I should memorize it, but I don't because this show is all over the place. But it's all about feelings. I read this article that said Star Trek should have less logic and more feelings, and I was like, that's exactly where this show is all about. It's all about how these people feel. It's all about their trauma and, about people's feelings and getting over their hurt feelings and their trauma. And I'm like, you know what? I've come to the conclusion that I don't care about these people. I literally don't care. There's no, I don't know, man, whatever. Anyways, so here's, this is Lieutenant Bryce. And he's leaving. I'm pretty sure this is his last episode, because he's going to be the lead on another show. Good for this actor. I don't know his name, but he's going to go work with that doctor dude. I don't care. But they're working on something about communications or whatever and everything. And he looks excited about it, and good for this actor. But he's gone, and they replaced him with Lieutenant Christopher, which is not as good looking as him. Whatever. So, and then Saru's all like, oh, it's good to have you. You will be missed and everything. And it's like, okay, bye. So then he sees the president of Nuvar. And he's like, Madam President, you said you wanted to go on a date. I want to know if you want to go on a date when I get back. Because I don't know if he should have used that old line, like, I don't know if I'm coming back, baby. So you should spend this night with me. I'm like, I would have been like, Saru, give her that D, dude. Take her to Pound Town, my dude. But he didn't because he's a virgin. Me and Saru are totally different when it comes to these situations. I'll talk about it later when he talks to the doctor and everything. So then Burnham is walking through the ship, and she's all like, oh, Ensign Tall. And I'm like, oh, fuck me with a chainsaw. Ensign Tall, I forgot about you. Out of sight, out of mind, which was for the better for me and this show, because you are no fun. I don't like you at all. So she's like, how was it visiting Gray? And she's all, they're all like, he's good. He's good. He's learning to be a guardian with his finger motions and everything, and his finger motions. And I'm just like, I don't care about this character. I don't care about any of these characters, but whatever. And then Anthony, what's his name? Anthony Rapp or whatever, the actor. But this, so Stamets comes up and he's all like, oh, well, they're going to help us out with the shields and that reprogrammable matter, and they're going to fix stuff if we get into a bind. And he's just bragging her them up. Sorry, they're bragging up Tall, and she's all like, what are you doing, dude? And we'll talk about it later, because actually that part kind of spoke to me a little bit. And then Burnham's all like, it's so good to have you back. Go to engineering. And so she's talking to the president. Okay. And this part really annoyed me with Burnham. Burnham is a total hypocrite, and I can't stand her at all. Like as a Starfleet captain now, she is annoying. So she says to the president, she's all like, if I'm bringing you with us through the galactic barrier, and we're going to get through this safely, I can't have you questioning my orders on the bridge. And then she's like, I hope you like also understand that introducing doubt among my crew can endanger the ship. And as soon as she said that, I was like, oh, hell no. Z snap. You're telling me the woman this entire show is built around, who questions everybody on the show, questions their orders, every single person on the show, she questions their orders. She's gonna give the president orders now to not question her orders. Fuck you, you hypocritical bitch. You need to get the fuck off this show. I hate this character now, because she does this shit all the time, where she's all like, I'm the captain of this ship, so you're gonna do what I say. Yes, queen. And you're all like, Burnham, I hate you. You're an asshole. You are literally an asshole. So skipping past this part, because then she's all like, well, I'm gonna need you to not, when it comes to first contact, it's a diplomatic thing. Sorry, I got a little heated there, because I literally got mad when it happened, because I was like, Burnham's a hypocritical asshole, and I do not like this character in any way, shape, or form anymore. Like, I don't like her. I am not on her side ever. If I hope she loses this whole fucking crew, and I hope she's devastated because of it. Can't handle her. Anyways, so then the president's all like, you are going to, then you let me handle the diplomatic part with the first contact, because it's a diplomatic thing, and me and the other delegates, it's delicate. So I need you to let me handle that portion of the program. She's like, I won't question your orders on your own ship, even though she should, because they make a decision later on, which I'm all like, you guys are bad decision makers. I just want to say that right now. You're just bad decision makers. So, and I know you're going to come at me and be all like, whatever, but Burnham she's an asshole. Okay. So Saru and the crew, they're getting ready to go. So they've decided they can use the mycelial network to teleport there, but they are going to be 4 light years away. So and then they're going to have to light speed the rest of the way, because something about it messes with, and plus that mycelial network hasn't been mapped out, I think, in that part of the galaxy or whatever. Plus, I don't think they can do it because of the barrier. So anyway, so she's like, let's fly. So they get there. Do they get there? Oh, she gives her speech about how they're going into, they always talk about how first contact is exciting or whatever, but this is kind of scary and everything. And we just need to be prepared for whatever's going down and everything. But we're going to be A-okay, guys. And then they zap away. Let's fly. And then, so when they get there, though, they teleport 6 light years away, and they're like, "What happened?" And he's like, "It's a little tricky because the mycelial network hasn't been mapped out this far. It's not an exact science." And I wanted to be all like, but I remember in season 1 where they teleported into specific places, and it seemed very exact science to me when they did that, when they were fighting the Klingons. What happened there, Stamets? Less logic, more tears. Okay. Or more crying, it said. That's what the article said. So then she's like, "All right, well, you owe me 2 light years. So you guys, let's get on the ball. Let's hop this punk." Because they only we'll find out later. They only have because if you remember last episode, the DMA has transported itself, or maybe it was this episode. I'm trying to remember. Okay, can't remember. Doesn't matter. I'll talk about it later. So then Saru catches up with the doctor, and he sees the president has come along with them on the ship. And he's like, "President of Navarre, I didn't know you had come." And she's all like, "The delegate that was supposed to go couldn't make it in time." Because they have a small window. But they have a small window because the DMA has teleported itself in the space of Earth, Titan, and Navarre. And if it does what it did to Book's planet, it's going to blow them all up. And I say good riddance, because this show needs something besides, blowing up one planet and then a bunch of asteroids connected by a jump rope. So she's all like, the delegate or whatnot. And he's all like, "Well, yeah, I don't know how to talk to you because because you're a girl and I've never talked to girls before." Anyways. So he's talking to the doctor. The doctor's like, "Oh, you told her you liked her, and everything." They're having like a little girl talk here. And he's all like, "When I met Stamets for the first time, I was so nervous. He had those big blue eyes and he was so blunt and everything." And this is what I was saying about Saru earlier. I don't understand Saru. I don't get nervous when I talk to people that I'm interested in. When I met my wife, I know, hard to believe that I'm married to a woman. But when I met my wife, I was not shy. I'm not shy at all. Like, I'm just straight. And I'm the kind of person, like, I'm like, "Listen, I'm into you. Are you into me?" If it's a yes, I'm like, "Cool, let's see where this goes." If it's a no, I'm like, "Cool, we can be friends." But I literally have lost all those kinds of emotions towards you. Because if you're not interested, I'm not going to simp for you. Get out of here. Like, I spend my money on myself. unless you're interested, then I go, "All right, let's spend a couple of dollars." Anyways, so back to Tarka and Book. They're on this planet and they're walking, and he's I don't remember what he says here. Anyways, back on the ship. What's going on here? All right, you guys. Sorry, I had a little bit of a technical difficulty there. I don't know what happened, but I fixed it. So let's get back to this. Let's get back to this episode. So they're on this planet, and Book sees this tower, and he's like, what did you bring me?" He's like, "This is a work camp for the Emerald Chain." And Tarka's all like, "It's been out of commission for years and everything." And then we see the memory of what happened, and we finally see the scientist friend that he's talking about going to another planet, and it's this little alien. Now, I'm not gonna lie. At the beginning of the season, when we met Tarka, and he talked about his friend scientist and everything, I totally thought it was going to be a lover. And then we saw this little alien. I was like, "Oh, does he have an alien lover?" And no, he takes on more of a father role for this little alien kid. But he's a scientist and he's brilliant. So he's in here and he's all like, "We're not going to talk. We're just going to work," kind of thing. He's like, sets his bed up and everything. So then he goes into it. He tells him how to fall asleep or whatever, and they're trying to do calculations. He talks about how he was kept in solitary confinement for years, yada yada yada. I'm saying yada 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 because I literally I don't know about you, but I don't care anymore about Tarka and his past. Like, I don't care who this kid is. Like, when this happened, I was like, "All right, cool, whatever." And so he goes on to explain how he goes on to explain later. Sorry, I'm getting a little mixed up. That little technical difficulty threw me for a loop. Maybe I entered the galactic barrier. Anyways, So they see they jump to the galactic barrier. There's Christopher, the new lieutenant that took over for Bryce. And so they see the galactic barrier, and he's all like, is it weird that I think it's kind of cool? And I'm all like, no, why would that be weird? Like, what? Aren't you people into science? Like, so she's all like, how are we gonna there? They figured out that the shields won't last for very long in there because of the negative energy. I don't know. Who cares? I keep saying who cares because it doesn't matter. But Stamets has found these little he described, I can't remember what they're called, but they look like cells inside your body, like red blood cells. But some of them are like a grayish color, and then some of them are red. And he's like, what we could do is the red ones are fully formed, and if we get inside one, we can ride it because it'll move through the mycelial network, through the galactic barrier. I'm just gonna say barrier, through the barrier, and it won't take down their shields. But they start to do the one they have to go through a little bit to get it down, and it gets down to like 40 something percent, I think 45%, and then they get inside it. This is what it looks like before they get inside it. It's all gray. And then when they get in, they're all like, everything's fine. So they're like, let's fix the shield. So then the president comes on thing. She's like, Burnham, I need to talk to you. And she's like, I don't think right now is really that great of time. And she's like, listen, we just got a last communique from the Federation before we entered the barrier. But it's encrypted, and I think that me and you both need to watch it like now. I don't think this was a good choice on the president to get Burnham involved in this. But at the same time, she needed to tell her because the time is of the essence now. Yeah. So then back on the planet, there's this little, there's a ship there. I don't know if that's going to play a part. It's this thing right here. It's cloaked or whatever. I don't think it's going to play a part later on, but we'll see. So then he goes into more of his backstory with this kid. And I can't remember what his name is. It doesn't even matter. If he shows up again, great. Watch, he'll be behind the DMA, and you're all like, great, who cares? So then the alarm goes off, and he freaks out, and he's all like, the last scientist that was here, the engineer, his head exploded. His head exploded. So he like comforts him. And he's like, you didn't have to comfort me. And he's like, yeah, well, it was the right thing to do, kind of thing. And then he talks about how there's another, how they can't go because they got the little things on the back of their neck. But he's like, but if we were in a different dimension, we could totally go there with these in there. We don't have to worry about these. And there's a dimension that's all peaceful, and he calls it home. So then back on the ship, they get this encrypted message, and basically they have a certain amount of time before the DMA, because it's entered Navarre space and Earth space and Titan space, that they'll be destroyed. So they have to make contact so that the alien species will stop, so they don't destroy Earth / Titan / Navarre. And Burnham, so she wants to tell the crew, but the president's all like, no, we don't need to tell the crew. And she's like, they have a right to know. And I'm like, no, they don't. Burnham, you're a bad decision maker. Clearly. I mean, so she wants to tell the crew. This is the problem with this show. In a very high tense moment, you don't throw you don't throw stress gravy on an already tense plate. You don't do it. And she's just trying to overload everybody. Like, now everybody's going to be like, oh no, Earth's going to explode. Because more tears, less logic. That's what this show wants. So she's all like, going back to my captain's chair, because I'm the captain. Don't question my orders, President. So they get stuck in what they call like a traffic jam. And I'm like, you guys know what a traffic jam is. You shouldn't, because you're in the future where everybody flies. So they figured out that they can get to another one of these cells that's moving through or whatnot, but they're going to have to travel through the like negative space or whatever. And it attacks their shields like hardcore fast, but they do it. And you know, the whole time they're working through it or whatnot. And then back here, you know, he creates a friendship with this kid, and they figure out how to get there. I can't tell if he's doing the dad thing with him or if he wants to fuck him. I don't know. Either way, I mean, it's like whatever. So they create the transporter to another dimension, and but they don't. There, he's like, we're going to take the power directly from the core, and they do it, but there's not enough power. And then the soldiers come in, and he was working for the soldiers the whole time because they're like, because they wanted him to create this transporter kind of thing, and he betrayed him. But then he kills the soldier guy and sets them both free. And he's like, I'll pick you up, I'll carry you. He's like, no, get out of here, I forgive you and everything. And I'm all like, I mean, come on, dude. And he leaves. He gets out of there. He runs away, and he leaves that kid there to, I mean, probably die. But he says he left this for me, which means he made it. And I'm all like, something tells me something's going down. Like, I don't know. I'm pretty sure that kid is going to play a part in this whole thing. And again, this isn't a big nothing burger. Man, I'm telling you what. So they're going through some stuff. They've got I think like 12 seconds before they like explode. And they get in the little pocket with 6 seconds to spare, and they're like, yay. And Tall's all like, yeah, I did it. And they get through the barrier. Well, then Stamets is all like, hey, earlier it was weird there. And she's like, yeah, it was like so weird. It was like so weird. You were like bragging about me. Like, it was so weird and everything. But he said that with you know, with the whole Gray situation, everything, he felt that Tall needed a little, you know, something there. And he said, you know, I'll always you know, what did he say? Something like push a little bit more. And he's like, and he says, you know, and this is the part that I connected with this character. He said, my dad, you know, never really you know, gave me that kind of attention. I'll say attention. That's not the word that he used and everything. So that's why I you know, give you affection. I think he said affection. I don't remember. It doesn't really matter. But and I totally relate to that, because my dad's very old school, and you know, hugs weren't his thing. So I hug my kids like crazy. I probably smother them, but you know, I just want them to know that I love them. Yeah. My dad's cool though. I like talking to my dad. My dad's pretty cool. Yeah, he also likes sci-fi. He likes to read a lot of sci-fi books though. Anyways, so then back on the ship, they decide that they're going to tell the crew what's doing. And then these two, they talk it out. I don't know. Anyway, so they exit the barrier, and they're like, yay, we made it. Yay. She's like, all right, crew, this is the president, delegates, president. Listen, that DMA is going to blow up our planets, yo. Like Earth, Titan, and Navarre. Say bye. It's and then and so they're all upset. So then Saru goes to the president. He's like, I'm so sorry about Navarre, that it's about to become, you know, space rubble. And she's like, you have a calming spirit. Will you sit with me and calm me with your spirit? And he's like, yeah, I want to give you my spirit. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, okay. So then these two, I don't know what they're chatting about. Oh, she's like, thank you for letting me give the speech, but we could have done it together. And she's like, listen, people need to have confidence in their leadership, and you are my president, so I need to have confidence in you too, kind of thing. And I'm all like, you know, Burnham, you are like a walking contradiction. I cannot handle you. I really can't. I don't like Burnham. I don't like her as a character. She makes me mad. She is, complete opposite of me. Like, I like rules and structure. She likes anarchy and messiness. And I'm all like, hey, if that's your thing, that's cool. But you go stand over there. I'm not interested in talking to you. So they're all like, all right, let's get ready to meet NC-17, and then that's the end of the episode. They're all looking out into space of the Warp Tribe and everything. And me, I'm all like, they're going to a planet. There's something about a planet. I don't remember. Who cares? All right, I've wasted so much of your time because I wasted my time watching this episode. I really am. I'm upset that I watched this episode instead of building blocks with my son. This just, I know you're like, you could do both. I'm like, yeah, well, I got to go to work and stuff. But yeah, this episode sucked. It was just bad. It wasn't that good. I didn't like it. I don't like the show. I know you're all like, why do you watch it then? I'm like, I first off, I pay for Paramount Plus, and that's probably going to end soon. And second off, I can't not watch Star Trek, you guys. I've thought about this, and I was like, maybe I should just stop. But I watch all of the shows. Like, I watched that Prodigy show, and I watched Lower Decks and all that stuff. But I can't not watch Star Trek because it's just been a part of my life for so long. It just really bothers me that when you get people that don't have an understanding of, canon and lore, when they come in and then they try to make it what they want it to be, instead of making it, taking what it already is and trying to, add on to it without destroying what came in the past. But that's what's problem with the problem with today. It's like, it's like Brie Larson said, if you can't come, like, maybe Star Trek isn't for you, maybe Alex Kurtzman, J.J. Abrams, maybe Star Trek isn't for you. I mean, J.J. Abrams said he wasn't a fan, but he made those films and they're crap. I don't know, man. And then Alex Kurtzman, he's obviously not a fan because he makes this nonsense. And it's just bad. It's bad. This season sucks. Last season sucked. I like season 1 and 2. I don't know what happened. Maybe I will rewatch them. All right, I'm going to leave you with these words of wisdom, you guys, these Kelpian words of wisdom. It is difficult to ride 2 veil beasts with only 1 set of buttocks. That's Kelpian words of wisdom. No wonder they were getting slaughtered by shadow creatures. They came up with this nonsense. All right, listen, go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go hit that like button. I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys next week for Star Trek Discovery. You guys have a good week. Live long and prosper. Bye.